ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकता अस्मिन् कर्मणि निष्ठितानां सदा सर्वदा दिग्विजयार्थं श्री ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत ऐतरेय आरण्यकान्तर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायणमध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्। ॐ मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरदिन्दुरिवाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ॐ अथ ऐतरेय उपनिषद् प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः। शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य म आणीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्र आसीत् नान्यत् किञ्चन मिषत स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृज इति स इमान् लोकान् असृजत। अम्भो मरीचिर्मरम् आपः अधः अम्भः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठा अन्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथ्वी मरो या अधस्तात् आपः स ईक्षते मेनुलोका लोकपालान्नुसृज इति सोऽद्भ्य एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्यामूर्च्छयत् तमभ्यतपतु तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरभिद्यत यथा अंडं मुखाद्वाग् वाचः अग्निः नासिके निरभिद्येतां नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणाद्वायुः अक्षिणी निरभिद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुः चक्षुषः आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येतां कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रात् दिशः त्वं निरभिद्यत तचो लोमानि लोमभ्यः ओषधिवनस्पतयः हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयान् मनः मनसः चन्द्रमाः नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्या अपानः अपानान् मृत्युः शिश्नं निरभिद्यत शिश्नाद्रेतसः रेतः रेतसः आपः ओम शांति शांति शांति। उपनिषद्स दृष्टि और उद्देश्य और पर्पस इज lift to lift our attention to the Param Brahma Paramatma. In fact, it is so easy if we follow the Upanishadic guidance to lift and shift our attention to the absolute Paramatma, provided we made ourselves qualified in our Antakarana with all the Purva sadhanas as we were studying yesterday in Sri Rama Gita, Sri Ramayana. If we have lived our life exactly according to Varna and Ashrama, and as a result of that, if we have got the Shuddha Manasaha Antakarana, then again having gone to Guru Gurukula or being wherever we are, if we have practiced thoroughly the sadhana chatushtaya sampada, by this our antakarana should be absolutely stable, means freedom from the distractions of rajoguna, and it would be by now absolutely calm, quiet, and alert. That means freedom from tamoguna. To that antakarana, which is this way, is in Shuddha Sattva, freed from Rajotamo, the whole picture as it is depicted about truth in any Upanishad, particularly here in the Aitareya, whole picture will be very clear as to only one Paramatma, nobody other than him. He only has done the Ikshana. From him alone the lokas, from him alone the lokapalas, from him alone the sthana for the lokapalas to stay. All this picture becomes very clear, conspicuous to a highly Shuddha Antakarana. Thus, to such person, the whole Virat Rupa of the universe, the functioning of it in it, the support substratum Paramatma, and the superimposed Paramatma himself in the form of the entire Rupa Nama of whatever it is. Pashu, Pakshi, Manushya, Vanaspati, Adhisthana Devata. Both of them are unambiguously understood. And such great, highly evolved sadhaka, anytime, by shifting his attention onto the world happening or happening the world, he can see the Lord in operation, in work, in dynamic conduction, Lord alone. At any time, you can withdraw from all these operations and focus on the pure Lord in whom no operations are happening. He is in his own pristine, transcendental glory of Satyam Jnanam Anantam, birthless, changeless, modificationless, decayless, disappearanceless, deathless, the Lord. So, the Shastra Adhyayana Sadhana Anubhuti depend on our own arhata, qualification of our antakarana. Antakarana not qualified. How many number of times gurus teach or we study Shastra, it doesn't enter us. Therefore, purifying that antakarana, making it 100% antarmukha with full jignasa, having done lot of tavasyas and upasanas, and by invoking the grace of God, which gives opportunities. And then same God's grace, Guru's grace, and our effort, making the buddhi sukshma. These are the things. Like how the ride, smoothness of the ride depends on, it depends on the perfect servicing of the car and the perfection of the driver to drive. The driver is not perfect, car is 5 साल हो गए सर्विसिंग न कर. Everywhere it gives fumes and sounds and disturbances and variety of smells from the bonnet, also from the every part of the car. But if the car is made perfect, proper service kar di, you don't even listen to a small little noise or voice also. Sound. And if the driver is very perfect about driving rules, road and driving everything, then Sohana suffer. In the same way, I, the sadhaka, if fully equipped myself with the beautiful qualities of jignasa, the mumukshata, tattva, any cost I must gain it. That type of sankalpa, when these are there in me, the driver, and my car, my antakarana, if I have made like that, of the highest degree, highest order, freed from every impurity in it, impossible to see any impurity, as a banake. Then, when it is trained to me divine, trained to me subtle, trained to me only always wandering in, this Shruti Vakyas, Upanishad Vakya. ऐसा अंतःकरण को तो everything is so conspicuous, like in every field. A microbiologist, when he so enters into that field for 2 3 decades, then he will know what are the microbes which are newly coming out of the transitions changes causing different diseases, what how to tackle them. Only other microbiologist, because of his 20 years of 30 years of involvement, he knows in and out of it. So to our antakarna, when it is trained to be with the shastras all the time, ours kya hai? We come to class, that much punya we have done. But after that, are we always keeping the class shastra around us? Are we going through the mantras, the bhashya, the manana, chintana? Otherwise, like in that micro biologist also, if he's not intense so much, he will be a microbiologist, only a pathological lab mein. He'll only a person checking what are the things that are there in the blood. He'll be only become a pathologist. He can't be the scientist if he has not got that deeper interest in it. A pathologist is different from a pathoscientist. The microbiologist का वो deeper study. Anyway, like the international affairs. So superficial वो जानते हैं, you know. Then they talk about the Israel-Philistine war in a very simple, ordinary, common man's language. But the one who is thoroughly studying all aspects of the international things, उनको इसके पीछे का हर एक वजह, हर एक चीज समझ में आता. His interpretation of the reasoning for the war, how long it will last, it will end or what not. If ends in end of what, you know, he will be of a deep analytical person. He won't conclude one thing, but all 10 probabilities he will tell. What is Iran's Chetavani? Is it attacking Israel or only it will say retaliated if you attack? Whom Israel is attacking? And what are the all Muslim countries supporting? Why UAE is not supporting? how all the Western countries are sending their weaponry, how their international thing relation, what is India's role, why India immediately in its own rare way supported Israel because we get all our warfare from the Israel only, all the things. We have good relation with it, not the other ones. They by nature terrorist. How? So an analyst who is into it grasp deeply, he knows everything. So too the Indian election system. हम क्यों कब क्या इलेक्शन उसका नतीजा इन द सेम वे ना बुद्धि को शास्त्र में ही रमते रहने का ट्रेनिंग देना चाहिए of which we have not yet succeeded. We are into the class, which is a good, great achievement. But thereafter also, the mantras should be always in our mana and the chintana should go on. To that person, the immanent reality in the whole world, transcendent reality beyond the world, intellectually comprehending it becomes so conspicuous, unambiguous, like a Parama Bhakta. What's the doubt? My Krishna alone is there in this tree. My Krishna alone is there in this ocean. My Krishna alone is in this animal. उनको कोई आप हंस सकते हैं लेकिन उनके जो प्रैक्टिस के कारण जो भाव उत्पन्न हुआ ना हम उसको टाल सकते ना हम उसको समझ सकते. He has done it. Like in some houses. So much for 20 years they have done upasana to their Lord in the puja room. और जो जेन्युइनली करते हैं तो उनको तो एक एक मूर्ति में अपने जो भगवान दिखते हैं वो तो व्हेन यू गो टू देयर हाउस दे इंट्रोड्यूस स्वामी जी हमारा कृष्ण हमारा गणपति एंड दे टेल लाइक चिल्ड्रन ओनली. Even that day I had that problem, I just informed, told him, and in a day that is solved. Another day, I don't know what happened. I didn't offer flower to him. Maybe he became angry or wanted to remind me. He gave me this punishment. Then I wait, I realized and I came and did it. Again, everything is okay. ये तो हमको बच्चों की बात लगती है बट दे हैव डेवलप्ड सच ए रैपो विद द लॉर्ड थ्रू दैट आइडल्स एंड upasanas that there is practical to them that the Lord is there for them in that murtis and protecting all of them, blessing all of them, whole children, family, everybody ऐसे हो जाता. Children, attention, before going to school, they go and do pranam. After coming in the evening, again take bath fresh, pranam. Puja Gurudev had that type of background and family. So their training is like that. As we train ourselves, so we become. So we have to train because we are studying Advaita Vedanta Shastras, train our intellect to revel in these mantras. The more we revel in the mantra and mantra meaning, to that extent that, this is all after our Viveka Vairagya, our Varnasrama Dharma, then our Samadhi Shatka Sampada, Sadhana Sat Sampada, then ensuring with that समासाधित शुद्ध मानसः. श्री रामचंद्र जी ने जो सेंटेंस कहा वेयर माई मन इज नॉट इनटू दैट डलनेस और लेजीनेस और दैट कहते हैं ना धुंधला सा होता है ना हम सबका धुंधला होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द्रव्यता बिकॉज ऑफ देह तादात्म्यता बिकॉज ऑफ द भोगाशक्ति इंक्लूडेड टू दैट इफ हैव एनी फिजिकल डिसीजेस एंड वी टेक मेडिसिन इनके कारण हमारा ना हमेशा मन एक निद्रा अवस्था में शांभवी मुद्रा में रहते आधा सोया आधा जागा. ऐसे मन कहाँ काम को आएगा बताओ इतना गंभीर वेदांत विषयों को समझने को. अदर्स माइंड इज विथ रजोगुण ऑफ नो रिवेंज रिटेलिएशन एंगर crankiness with others, this one, and otherwise attachment, greed, or unnecessary thinking about people and the anubhava with them good or bad. अब इतना कचरा भर के रखा, how can his mind conceive the subtle truths of Vedanta? Therefore, it is all in our readiness, preparation, inner, that the study, understanding, practice, and experience of truth through the Shastra happens to every one of us, irrespective of whoever you are. I may be talking to some things here and there, but unless I myself manage that way, I can't pierce through the subtle layers to reach the truth in the understanding as well as in sadhana and in experience. You are also, everyone, it is so. Therefore, praying to God and more than Him, putting our own efforts, knowing it that we are given a chance to study Shastra, let us thoroughly study them for the fulfillment of it. For that, let's prepare our entire antakaran. That should be our daily routine. मुश्किल है उसके लिए जप करना, पूजा करना, विवेक वैराग करना, वस्तु व्यक्तियों का त्याग करना, अनुभवों को इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं देना, through Bhagavan Nama Smarana Adi, keeping always in that सत्व अलर्ट मूड, वैल्यूज को प्रैक्टिस करना, जगत को नजरअंदाज करना पड़ता है. यू कांट वैल्यू वर्ल्ड टू मच इफ यू वांट टू बी स्पिरिचुअल, गुड और बैड. सुख दुख के समय कृत्वा लाभा लाभो जया जयो, ये सारा करना पड़ता है. Then only the mind with its full energy stability is conserved for this inquiry, which is repeatedly be done for to grasp the subject, later on using that subject which is grasped to eliminate the wrong notions which we were carrying from eons, from millions of lives. इसलिए उन दिनों में, even though those days they were not as bad as we have now in the टाउन सिटीज, क्या होता था, कुछ नहीं, फिर भी सब छोड़कर जंगल जाकर वहां 10-20 years having spent in that jungle in variety of tapasyas and upasanas, then they used to gather the faculties in the Shuddha Sattva free from Rajotama. Then they are only in the Guru's ashrama, they taught about Brahma Vidya, they used to grasp it, meditate, realize. आवर्स क्या है, खाना जो खाते हो तमोगुण को बनाता है, रजोगुण को बनाता है. हमारा व्यवहार जो है वही है, बातें वही है. द थिंग्स वी सी, द इन्वॉल्वमेंट्स वी हैव, द थॉट्स वी हैव, ऑल ऑफ देम आर एब्सोल्युटली कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी. लाइक दवा जो ले रहे हैं हम बीमारी दूर करने, खाना जो खा रहे हैं जो दवाई को असर को कम करने वाला है, बुरा खाना है, गलत है. फिर टेक रॉन्ग फूड which doesn't support medicine but opposes it. Like I asked yesterday, can I have the curd? और सर्दी के लिए वो ठीक बात नहीं है, वो तो ले लो तो बढ़ेगा हो. तो इफ आई टेक इट एंड कंप्लेन दैट सर्दी कम नहीं हो रही है, नहीं होगी वो. आवर लाइफ वी हैव टू असेस एंड रीवैल्यूएट एंड टोटली, है ना, पूरा स्टार्ट रिफ्रेश बटन को दबा के एवरीथिंग रीस्टार्ट करना होता है. और ये बार बार करना, रिफ्रेशिंग एंड रीस्टार्टिंग, बिकॉज इन दैट एफर्ट कुछ ना कोई माइल गैदर होता है, मलिनता, that becomes obstruction. Like the body. Every 1 week, total day उपवास रखने से all unwanted things that are gathered, it gets purified. Again, whole system is healthy, happy. ऐसे ही 6 दिन के बाद या 2 दिन छुट्टी दे दी, लोग घर में लड़ाई करके पति पत्नी माता पिता हो गया, then they feel fed up, then they come and enjoy working in the office for the 5 days. 2 दिन का break. Understood? In the same way, how to take break from samsara, observe how our mind antakarana is, make it fit for sadhana. Then really with that fit instrument, when we do, it is done. Everywhere it is not. When the instrument with which we work, if it is not correct, then you can't see that batsman when they know that bat thoda ठीक नहीं, immediately change कराते. Then you can see the effect immediately. They are able to hit good scores. So just let us be reminded of this all the time. Now in this Aitareya Upanishad, first Adhyaya, which has 3 khanda, in the first khanda, first, second, third mantra we have seen, fourth we are seeing. In the first mantra, the whole creation was Parabrahma Paramatma, Atma only, before it got created. Other than him, there was nothing. Then Saikshate Loka Anusrujay. He just did the ikshana and let me create the words. Then he created Marichi, Maram, Apaha, Adaha, or in a simple language, the Panchabhutas. Panchabhuta made the lokas. That Panchamahabhuta itself is a loka. Now, in the fourth chapter, third sloka, uh, सेकंड में सृष्टि करने का, थर्ड में लोकपालों को सुरन करना है मुझे, because these lokas vinashyayuhu without rakshakas. Then what did he do? From the amalgamation of Panchamahabhutas, he brought out a lump of it as if. Then he made it ready for it to express as Virat Purush. Okay. Up to this is third. Now in the fourth mantra, with the Ikshana Shakti of Paramatma only. From that, yet to manifest Virat Purusha, one Golaka starts manifesting. From that Golaka, Indriya starts manifesting. From the Indriya, Adhishtana Devata. Golaka, Indriya, Adhishtana Devata. Now, this is how the whole creation has to be visualized by us. Okay? At one level, the process is important. So, this is the process. Second level, mein, now see the whole world as presence of all the Adhishtana Devatas, all the Indriyas, Indriya Golakas, and see it as the Ishvara Sankalpa say be attentive. Ishvara alone is expressing like that. Strengthen this thought as a result of the study of Upanishads. The result should be the Paramatma should never be forgotten when anything of the world is visualized or seen. So too the Indriyas, Indriyadhisthana Devatas, their functioning. अब देखो इसको हम स्पष्ट रूप से ऐसे जानने देखने लगते हैं ना, which requires lot of vivek and vairagya. The only two things, either you attend to your upadhis with alertness or you attend to the objects through the upadhi. Those are attending to the objects to upadhi, they are pakka samsari. Those are withdrawn from them, they only can attend to all the upadhis and their functionings. Only then the next level, by remaining sakshi to the upadhis, we can discover the self. Then we can know the self alone with its own sankalpa as upadhi and as the world of name form. It is playing the three roles. परमात्मा ही ये वस्तु है, ये सारे शब्द स्पर्श संगंधादि। परमात्मा ही ये सारे इंद्रिया समूह है। परमात्मा ही इनके द्वारा अनुभव करने वाला व्यष्टि जीव का हो, समष्टि ईश्वर का हो। सेम टाइम he is beyond all the ईश्वर जीव भेद, he is in the supreme parabrahma sthiti. These things start becoming clear. Then only he'll understand. Being Param Brahman is ultimate. It is changeless, birthless, deathless. As an Ishvara is also bound by Jiva because he'll have to answer their prayers. Jiva is anyway bound by Upadhi and the outer worldly things. So therefore, let me establish in the Atma Anubhava. Then let me play the play of Jiva through Upadhi. That maturity will come. Oh, very perfect, very high level it is. पहुंचना है वहां तक हमको, वही उद्देश्य ये इस उपनिषद में सृष्टि के वर्णन का, सृष्टि वर्णन का यही पर्पस. सृष्टि इज नॉट प्रॉब्लम. थ्रू दैट आर वी सीइंग परमात्मा. इफ वी सी इट, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम. इफ वी डोंट सी, सृष्टि इज टेकन एज ए भोग वस्तु एंड आई बिकम ए भोक्ता एंड कर्ता. These are all problem creating things. We are not realizing it. We will realize one day. So straight away for the fourth mantra, the Bhashya we take up. छोटा ही बताया है. What is the topic here? How from that Virat Purusha's lump clay, one aperture type, the Golaka started coming. From them one Indriya and from them one अधिष्ठान देवतास लोकपाल कहते हैं उनको. Expressing. Yeah, it might have happened like or not, only who knows. That's why the Rishi has conceived it and gave us. But in Vedanta, all the creation, creator, created, every one of them are redundant. None of them are given more value importance than the Brahman or Paramatma. This is another Maya. When Paramatma is being explained in this manner, suddenly our interest grows on these things. We forget Paramatma. This is how another biggest of the Maya. There are two things. One, human life is only for one purpose of knowing truth. Anything other than that is our ignorance and we are creating delusion. So to all Shastra's purpose, Jnanaka is only thing to focus on to realize. Anything we are doing something other, that's mischief of us only. We only creating problems to us. So, how they have expressed it is being explained. Now, what was the mantra? मंत्र को पढ़ते हुए भाष्य को हम देखेंगे कि कहा तम अभ्यतपतु. तम मीन्स व्हाट? जो इन द अर्लियर मंत्र इस इज ना कि सह अद्भ्य एव पुरुषम समुद्धृत्य अमूर्छयत. From the waters he took out the purusha and he gave the amurchayat, required treatment for him to express as the purusha. देखो, this is a very typical expression we generally do in व्यवहार also. See, ये क्या कहा? पुरुष को निकाला. अरे पुरुष बना ही नहीं ना. पहले तो पंच महाभूति निकाला, उससे एक अंड बनाया. वो अंडा से एक एक अपर्चर निकल रहा है. निकलेगा तो पुरुष कहा होना चाहिए. अब पुरुषम अमूर्छत ऐसा क्यों कहा? समुद्रते अमूर्छत. इट इज ओनली व्यावहारिक वे ऑफ एक्सप्रेसिंग इन एंटिसिपेशन. देखो कहते ना क्या रोटी बन रहा है कहते. दिस 100% रॉन्ग थिंग, क्योंकि बनने के बाद उसको रोटी कहना चाहिए, ठीक है नहीं? यू शुड टॉक इट एज व्हाट? आटा गूंदा जा रहा है, फिर चकले पे लगाकर बेलन से ऐसा किया जा रहा है, फिर तवे पे लगाया जा रहा है. दीज आर द फैक्ट्स. बनने के बाद उसको आप कह सकते हो रोटी. सब्जी बन रहा है. सब्जी बन रहा है क्या है? बनने के बाद उसको सब्जी कहोगे. बट देन नो बडी क्वेश्चन इट, वी एक्सेप्ट इट. घर बन रहा है, बनने के बाद घर होएगा भाई. वी हैव नो, मुझे बेटा या बेटी होने वाली है. अगर होने के बाद ना, अभी तो everywhere. Here also, in anticipation, it is said, Purusham samudhrutya amurchayat. और वो जो अमूर्छेत, एज ए टोल्ड यू, रेडी फॉर बेलन वर्क, दैट आटा गूंदा हुआ है. देन सो मेनी थिंग्स आर डन. तो हियर तम अभ्यतपतु, that Narayana or that Parabrahma has done tapasya on that Purusha who has been brought out of the Adhyaha, and जिसको उन्होंने अमूर्छित अपने ऑपरेशन के लिए तैयार रखा है. यू कैन सी इट एवरीवेयर. कोई होटल में जाओगे ना, आपको रोटी बनाने वाला कैसे वो आटा गूंद कर तैयार करके एक एक रख, सब्जी बना लो, सब सब्जियां काट कर. यू कैन जस्ट सी एग्जैक्टली. छोटे घर बनाने जो आते हैं, या कोई दूसरे भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट बनाने वाले. Here also. So, tam abhyatapatu. Tasya avidaptasya mukham niramidyata. Yatha anda. Example of the anda easy to grasp. How the anda has no any specific things when you look at it. But at a particular place in aperture बनकर वो मुख निकलता है वो of that panchi. Then the other parts. So here, hatching of the egg is avitapta. Egg by itself cannot become. Something should be there to heat it up or hatch it up. That heating up is called as avitapanam. इट्स ऑल मिरेकल। कैसे अंडे से पक्षी बाहर आती है, ओ भगवान की लीला देखो। उसको भगवान ने क्या भाष्य किया, भाष्यकारा सुनिए। तम पिंडम पुरुष विधम उद्देश्य, that pindam which is purusha vidham, which is in the form of purusha, uddeshya, focusing on it, aiming on it, abhyatabadu. Bhagavan has done tapasya, the parabrahma, abhyatabadu. What is the meaning of it? Tat avidhyanam, uska avidhyana means sankalpam krutavan. He did just a sankalp on it. तो उसमें से वन बाय वन इन दिस सीक्वेंस ये चीज निकले. लाइक द वर्ल्ड व्हेन वी सी, नो, सो वस्तु है, हमने देखा, देखने वो ज्ञान हुआ, बट आया कहां से वस्तु? इन दैट वे, क्लियर ना? फ्रॉम वेयर द ट्री विच आई एम सीइंग एंड कॉलिंग इट एज ट्री हैज कम? इट हैज टू कम फ्रॉम द लॉर्ड ओनली, फ्रॉम हिज संकल्प, है कि नहीं? क्योंकि सारा स्थूल सूक्ष्म से ही बनता है, जो हमने कल में देखा इन वन ऑफ द क्लासेस. So here Bhagavan's Abhitapana means Sankalpa Karanam. Okay? Abhidhyanam Sankalpam Kurtavan. Abhitaptaha means Bhagavan done Sankalpa. If from this Murti it should come out. You can imagine Mata Parvati also. When she made Ganapati ki statue बनाकर मट्टी से बनाई वो. Then she just touched and entered the prana in it. He has become Mummy, good morning. He started saying. Abhyatapat means Bhagavan has done sankalpa on that would be Purusha that he should express as Nasika ityadi ityadi. इसको माइंड में पकड़ो. ओके, यस्य ज्ञानमयम तपः इत्यादि श्रुते है. तो ज्ञान ही तपस्या है. Yesterday also तपसा अलिंगात तपः अत्र ज्ञानम लिंगम अत्र संन्यासः. In the fourth mantra of Mundaka Upanishad, we were seeing it. So, Jnanamayam Tapaha. So, the word said in the main mantra is Tam Abhyatabad. Now, what sort of tapasya? You have to bring definition of Jnanamayam Tapaha. तो ज्ञान का तपस्या उन्होंने किया. क्या ज्ञान का तपस्या? मीन्स संकल्पम कृतवा. So, Bhagavan has done the sankalpa, keeping in mind our uddesha, that Purusha, that Pinda, that it should express as this. उनका वो ही काफी है. He need not struggle otherwise. है कि नहीं? Once one becomes officer, he need not run and wait in the bus stand for bus like when he was a clerk. Before he comes out of the office, the car is ready with the door open. When he comes out of the house to go to the office, car is ready. Open door, driver picks up. No, he need not go do earlier things. His capacity is different now. So too the Paramatma's capacity is highest. He need not need anything. He doesn't need. He just can have the sankalpa. That is enough. Everything will happen. That is the meaning of tasya avitaptasya. ज्ञान ही तपस्या है, संकल्प ही तपस्या है. Now, once this is understood, now one by one. तस्य अवितप्तस्य means ईश्वर संकल्पेन तपसा अवितप्तस्य. ईश्वर का संकल्प रूपी तपस्या से अवितप्त उस पुरुष से. About the Purusha we are talking. Tasya tapasa avitaptasya pindasya. Tasya avitaptasya ईश्वर संकल्पेन तपसा avitaptasya pindasya. उस पिंड से. कौन था वो पिंड? अवितप्तस्य ईश्वर संकल्पेन, दैट ईश्वर इज पर ब्रह्म, उनके संकल्प से तपित हीटेड किया गया उस पिंड से, वो पिंड जो अंडा के समान था उसमें से कुछ निकला नहीं तब तक। फर्स्ट क्या निकला? मुखम निरमिद्यत। व्हाट डू मीन बाय मुखम निरमिद्यत? मुख आकारम सुशिरम अजायत। Because we have already got all these organs, it is easy for to understand. You know the mouth, yeah, mukha akaram, that type of sushiram, the whole niravidyata came out of that. एक सुशिर निकला है, उसको मुख नाम देते हैं क्योंकि अब हम मुख नाम से फेमिलियर है, इसलिए मुखम निरविद्यता, मुखाकारम सुशिरम अजायत. So this is called golakam. So the golakas are happening in that Virat Purusha Srishti. Then what happened? यथा पक्षिणः अंडम निर्भिद्यता एवं, जस्ट लाइक द फ्रॉम द अंडा द पक्षी का मुख पहले निकल कर आता है, लाइक दैट वन इज एक्सप्लेन्ड. देन व्हाट? तस्मात् निर्भिन्नात् मुखात्, फ्रॉम दैट निर्भिन्न मुख, फ्रॉम दैट स्पेशल एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ दैट अंडा in the form of the mukha type of aperture. What came? Mukhat? Vak. Vak came out. What is vak? Karanam. Which karanam it is? Antakaranam or Bhaya karanam? Vak karanam kaun sa? Jnana ki karma? Karma ka. Therefore, karanam indriyam niravartata. He just expressed. वो उनके संकल्प से ही. अभी तब तक मतलब भगवान ने ऐसा संकल्प की. He did not do anything. ऐसे ज्ञानमयन दवा, उनके संकल्प मात्र से ही, ज्ञान में संकल्प यहाँ, वो संकल्प मात्र से ही वो हो जाता है, हुआ है. From the mukha, therefore, vak came. Vani is a karma indriya. Ability to speak is spoken. Vak niraminjata. Vak indriya, यहाँ समझ लेना. Vak indriya, the ability to speak, the karma indriya. Okay, मुखाद वाक करणम इंद्रियम निरवर्तता. Then from that only tad adhishtata agnihi tatah vachah lokapalaha. From that indriya, the lokapala of that indriya called as Vani, the presiding deity, Agni came out. So the Sushiram, Mukham, Vak, Indriyam, Agnihi, Adhisthana Devata. So though that Devata is an Lokapala for the Agni Loka. Vag Loka and Agni Loka. That the Agni Devata is the Lokapala for that Vag Loka. That way. So tasmat nirbhinnat mukhat vak karanam indriyam niravartata. Tad adhishtata agnihi. Tatah vachah lokapalaha. So तद अधिष्ठाता अग्नि तथा वाचः लोकपालः. तो वाग रूपी लोक का लोकपाल रूपी अग्नि वहां से वाणी नामक इंद्रिय से एक्सप्रेस हुई, जो भगवान के मुख रूप में अपेरचर से एक्सप्रेस हुआ. तो मुख वाग इंद्रिया एंड अग्नि अधिष्ठान देवता, ये तीनों पकड़ लेना. सेम वे तथा नासिके निरमिद्यता. Then you can say he has done the अभितप्तस्य. Every time must have done तपस्या, और होलसेल में एक बार तपस्या करके हो तमाशा देख रहे. तो आफ्टर द माउथ एंड वाग इंद्रिय एंड द अग्नि देवता came out, then the nostrils came. First they are the golakas. Then naturally the indriya is what for that? The grahani indriya came. Then who is adhisthana devata for them? Vasana Prithvi. That's what he says. Tata nasike niravidyatam. Nasikabhyam pranaha. Pranaha means that प्राण इंद्रिय, जो घ्राण इंद्रिय कहते हैं, घ्राण प्राण दोनों एक ही है, प्राण घ्राण इंद्रिय. एंड देन प्राणात दैट वायु, which is the Vayu Devata Adhisthana, he has come from there. Okay. Then what is the main mantra? Third one क्या है उसमें? निरभिद्येत यथांड मुखाद वाचो अग्नि नासिके निरभिद्येताम नासिकाभ्याम प्राणः. Prana means you have to understand as Grahana Indriya. Then Pranad Vayu. Then Vayu Adhisthana Devata has come, we have to say. उसके बाद कहते हैं इन द भाष्यकार भाष्य को पढ़े फिर मंत्र से हम पढ़ेंगे, बिकॉज भाष्यकार इज नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल. वो कहते हैं मैंने दो बता दिया, अब आगे आप ऐसे समझ लो. ही सेज इति इन दिस वे सर्वत्र, इन द एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ मंत्र एवरीवेयर सर्वत्र अधिष्ठानम karanam devata cha trayam. Adhishtanam is the aperture, karanam is the indriya, devata is the adhisthana devata, the lokapala cha trayam. All these three kramena nirbhinnam, step by step in sequence they have come. Iti, this is how we have to understand. Okay, so next what is what? Ki nasikabhyam prana pranadvayu akshini niravidyetam. So the eyes have come. Akshibhyam chakshu. From the eye aperture, the chakshur indriya has come. So from that Brahmanda, Purusha, that eyes came out, Golakas. From that the chakshur indriya came out. From there, the Adhisthana Lokapala Devata Suryaha, Chakshusaha Adityaha or Surya Bhagavan has come. This is how the creation happened. Then came Karnau Niravidyetam. From him, two sides, दो कान निकल आए. Karnabhyam Shrotram. Obviously, the sequence follows. From the ear, that Shrotra Indriya got expressed. Then from the Shrotra Indriya, Shrotrat Dishaha, Dig Devata कहते हैं उनको. Dig Devata is the Adhisthana Devata for that particular loka. So he has got manifested. So the aperture, Indriya and Indriya Adhisthana Devata who is appointed as Lokapalakaha. Then Tvang Nirabhidyata. Tvak came. Skin. No, Tvak Nirabhidyata means what? The त्वचा वाला जो है अपर्चर इतने हजारों हमको होते हैं ना, वो सारा हो एक्सप्रेस हो गए. Then here it's something different said. त्वचो लोमा. From the tvak, the lomas came, it is written. But you have to understand, the lomas are the ones which indicate the sparsha. आगे नहीं, जब सर्दी का जल पहले झोंका लगता है, ऑल द रोमावली खड़े होते हैं कि नहीं. कभी कुछ ऐसे अचानक अनुभव भी आता है गर्मी वगैरह का भी. That time also you can see रोमावली. So here त्वचो रोमानी और लोमानी लिखा है, but we have to understand it from it as स्पर्श इंद्रिय. Because the sequence क्या है? अपर्चर इंद्रिय एंड अधिष्ठान देवता. तो here लोमा ने कहा था, through लोमा you have to grasp that it is the sparsha indriya that has come. Same way, lomabhya oshadi vanaspatayah. From this lomas, the oshadi vanaspatayah came, he says. ओषधि वनस्पति का अर्थ क्या हुआ? ओषधि वनस्पति जिनका अधिष्ठान देवता, जिनके बिना नहीं रह सकते, और वायु को हमें यहाँ समझना है. तो वायु becomes the अधिष्ठान देवता here. Okay. So this is what up to this. Lomabhya Oshadhi Vanaspatayaha, they are created. In the Bhashya I am seeing now. Akshini Karnau Taku Hrudayam Antakarna Adhishtanam Manaha Antakarnam. He is just giving us a hint and telling us you think and understand. Therefore we are trying from the main mantra to understand this set of three that are coming out. The Golaka, the Indriya, Adhisthana Devata. Mm. In the sequence of the book, next is what? From the tvacha, lomani came. Lomani means tvagindriya, sparshendriya, lomambya औषधि वनस्पति means the vayu. because वायु के कारण ही औषधि वनस्पति रहते हैं. वायु का वहां आपको समझना है. अधिष्ठान देवता हृदयम निरविद्यता. Hridayam is called as support adhisthana of all the four antakarana. Okay, therefore the Hridaya is an aperture which is the adhisthana of the antakarana. God expressed in that Lord Abhitaptasya when he has done the tapasya of Jnanamaya Sankalpa. Hridaya Niravidyata. Then Hridayat Manaha. From the Hridaya, the aperture, the Indriya क्या है मना है ना. मना बुद्धि चित्त संकल्प चित्त वृत्ति ये जो है इसका रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. जो मन कहते हैं यहाँ अंतःकरण has come out from the Hridaya named aperture. So Hridaya is the aperture, अंतःकरण is the Indriya. Here it is mentioned as Mana. Then कौन है इनका देवता? मनसः. Obviously चंद्रमा, moon. And in each of these explanations there is always relation. The relation between our own mind and the moon. The lunatic, the lunar things, all of that you do. So too, the Vani and the speech, उनके मुख से अग्नि निकला है हम कहते हैं. Is a fiery speech, fiery words. We say, so मुख में वो फायर वाला है. Every indriya that way can be understood, having that adhisthana devata. Now here from the Hridaya Mana came, of the Mana the Chandamama. Chandra is the adhisthana devata. Okay. Then comes Nabhi Nirabhadyata. Nabhi came. Nabhyam Apanaha. नाभि से द अपान वायु निरविद्यता. अपानात द मृत्यु. सो द मृत्यु देवता अधिष्ठान फॉर द अपान coming from the navi. So you have to see the connection between navi and the evacuation organ in us, anus. What do you say? है ना. नाभि का अंत एनस में होता है. एनस का आदि नाभि में होता है. दे आर कनेक्टेड. अगर यहाँ नाभि कहा तो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इट एज द पायु इंद्रिय. सो नाभ्य अपाना. सी नाभि इज नाभि. फ्रॉम दैट द अपाना केम मीन्स व्हाट? अपान वायु जहां से होता है उस गुद इंद्रिय कहते हैं. दैट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एज एन इंद्रिय. देन फ्रॉम दैट naturally in other places we have studied for this indriya, पायु इंद्रिय कहते हैं उसको. द अधिष्ठान देवता इज मृत्यु. For all ordinary non-seekers, मृत्यु happens from apana vayu only. मृत्यु बहुत रेयर होते हैं लोग जिनका नाक से प्राण चले जाता है, मुख से प्राण जाता है. जिनकी आंखों से प्राण जाता है they are in really higher level. There are very few जिनका प्राण, very few क्या by choice they leave the prana through the सहस्रार and that is a महायोगिन्स. जिनको पूरा अनुभव समझ में आ गया, they just said enough of binding with this body, मैं चला करके they jump out of सहस्रार. Very rare. सो अपानात मृत्यु हमने देखा इसको. नाभि ही नाभि निर्वित नाभ्याम अपान अपातात् मृत्यु. द लास्ट वन शिष्णम निरभिद्यत. द अपर्चर ऑफ शिष्णम केम आउट. शिष्णात रेतः. रेतः रेतस. सो रेतस देयर वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड एज द इंद्रिय, द प्रजनन इंद्रिय. is the one to be understood as Retaha. Then Retasaha Apaha. What is the Apaha here? It is the Prajanana Indriya Adhisthana Devata, whom we call as Prajapati. Upastasya Prajapati iti. Upasta कहते हैं उसको. Prajapati is the Devata. In this way, apertures and indriyas and adhisthana devatas on the abhitaptam of Lord, on that Virat Purusha, they all got manifested. Now, as I'm telling in the introduction we saw today, while listening this itself, in the whole universal level, all the devatas, indriyas, apertures, at the totality में भी इंडिविजुअल में हमको कंसीव करना आना चाहिए. उतना स्टैमिना, उतनी एकाग्रता, उतनी श्रद्धा है, देन ये बातें हमको पल्ले पड़ते हैं. वी आर जस्ट स्टडिंग, नॉट दैट वी आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए जो वैराग्य चाहिए, कैपेसिटी चाहिए, जो अंतःकरण की शक्तियां, वेयर आर वी हैविंग. बट इफ यू कैन रियली समहाउ bring those abilities, like in the same world we are there, same world, there are some Mahatmas to whom all this picture is so clear. हमको तो बात समझ में को आ नहीं रहा, उनको तो हाँ, या यू कैन सी द होल वर्ल्ड एज ए विराट पुरुष दे आर सीइंग, अपार्चर्स दे आर सीइंग, समष्टि में इंद्रिया देख रहे हैं, इंद्रिय अधिष्ठान देवता देख रहे हैं वो लोग, एंड विथ ऑल ऑफ देम द होल ड्रामा वेष्टि समष्टि गोइंग ऑन. How come in the same time they are with us in the contemporary world able to see? We are not able to. Is they from many many lives have prepared themselves in their own antakarana that they could grasp all these things and visualize it in the world. ब्यूटिफुल स्टेट अप. अब देखो इतना आप विजुअलाइज कर सकते हो जो दुनिया में हो रहा है, उसका एम्बिग्यूटी नहीं रहेगी, संसार नहीं रहे. वी क्रॉस इट. In this way, you see, Akshini, I am now seeing Bhashya, Akshini, Karanau, Tako, Hrudayam, Antakarana Adhishtanam, Manaha, Antakarana. These are all coming out. Nabhi means Sarva Prana Bandhana Sthanam. Nabhi means सारे पंच प्राण यहाँ से शुरू होते हैं. I am reading the Bhashya. सर्व प्राणी बंधन स्थानम. नाभि. अपान संयुक्तत्वाद अपान इति वायु इंद्रिय उच्यते. नाभि सर्व प्राण बंधन स्थानम. पहली बात तो नाभि इज अ प्लेस ऑल प्राणास आर हेल्ड. अपान संयुक्तत्वात्, this navi is in connection with the apana as we have just told. Apana iti vayu indriyam uchyate. Therefore here, though the word used is apana vayu, but it indicates the connection of the nabhi with the vayu indriya. Therefore apana vayu should be taken as vayu indriyam here in this condition, because sequence में गोलका इंद्रिया अधिष्ठान देवता आ रहा है, तो you can't miss the अधिष्ठान देवता, but it is not mentioned here. अपान कह दी तो अपान का अर्थ ही हमको अधिष्ठान देव, ये नहीं, इंद्रिय पहले समझना है. अपान इज इक्वल टू द इंद्रिय, उदेन्द्रिय. तो अपान संयुक्तत्वाद अपान इति पायु इंद्रियम उच्यते. अपान का अर्थ पायु इंद्रियम. देन तस्मात् तस्य अधिष्ठात्री देवता मृत्युः. फ्रॉम दैट पायु इंद्रिय मृत्यु द अधिष्ठान देवता इट हैज कम. नो यथा अन्यत्र, as it was said in the earlier. So to the last one, tatha shishnam niravidyata. What is shishnam? Prajanana indriya sthanam. That's the place where the prajanana happens. So indriyam retaha. Reto visargarthatvat saha retaha sa uchyate. So there the indriya is upasthendriya. But the word used by Shruti Mata is रेता. रेत उपस्थ कैसा होगा इंद्रिय? तो उपस्थ इंद्रिय के कारण में के कारण रेतस का ही प्रस्खलन होता है. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट रेता मीन्स इंद्रिय. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. रेतसः आपः इति. फ्रॉम दैट द वरुण देवता और सॉरी प्रजापति देवता हैज कम. इन दैट वे वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. सो दिस इज हाउ इन द फर्स्ट खंड वी हैव सीन Paramatma is Ikshana, the Loka Srushti, Virat Purusha Srushti, from him with his own Abhitapta, Abhitavaram Tabasya, Yasugnanamayantavaha, the Golaka came to the Virat Purusha, from them the Indriyas came, from them the Adhisthana Devatas came. One or two not mentioned, you understand even they are all there. चाहे कुछ भी गो है तो हमको 14 ही, 5 ज्ञानेंद्रिय, 5 कर्मेंद्रिय, 4 अंतःकरण, इसके बाहर तो कोई जा नहीं सकता. सो ये इंद्रियां उसके अधिष्ठान देता है, इस तरह प्रकट हुए भाई भगवान संकल्प. देन व्हाट हैपेंड, they wanted a place to stay. Then cow, horse were brought. He was not happy. They were not happy. Manushya was brought. They all said, thank you, very good instrument you gave for us to stay. So into the Manushya Sharira, all the Adhisthana Devatas and Indriyas enter. All that and some more will come in the next Dvitiya Khandam. Okay. Now, ये द्वितीय खंड का हम कल करेंगे अध्ययन. तायता देवता सृष्टाः अस्मिन् महत्तिनमे प्रावतन्तम् अंशानाया पिपासाभ्याम् अन्ववार्जतु तायेनम् अब्रुवन् न आयतनम् अब्रुवन् आयतनम् न प्रज्ञानीहि इति यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता अन्नमदाम इति. तो इसका हम कल देखेंगे. सो फर्स्ट खंड ऑफ द फर्स्ट चैप्टर हैज गॉट this way the meanings we have seen it. Second we'll do, third we'll do, again we see the comprehensive whole picture. That's how we study. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.